right, guys, I'm here with Dr. Tyson Cobb. He is a orthopedic surgeon, originally from Texas, and now you're in Iowa, I understand?
Correct, yep.
Now, I've talked about Dr. Cobb many times because I work a lot with physicians, and Dr. Cobb is probably one of the most successful doctors I know that has negotiated a busy surgeon schedule with real estate. And I'm not talking about duplexes and triplex. Dr. Cobb is a very experienced capital raiser, and he's sort of changed his life with larger multifamily deals. So Dr. Cobb, thank you so much for meeting with me for a second.
You're welcome.
Could you talk directly to my physician clients and tell them kind of what you've done and maybe give them some options on
Sure.
ways to proceed?
Yeah, so I left my group in 2019, been with the same group in Iowa for 20 plus years, and just decided it was time for a change, and dropped back to roughly 1 day a week doing orthopedic surgery, and started investing in real estate, started out in the triple net space, and for the first time in my entire adult life, I didn't pay any taxes that year.
Yeah.
And then moved into syndications and started raising capital, and we've just done a lot of it now. So it was kind of a weird phenomenon because as I was leaving practice, I was assuming that that my net worth would probably kind of taper off and stay where it was, and I was work optional at that point, so it didn't matter.
Right.
But that's not what it did at all. It just exploded.
Amazing.
So if you look at the slope of my net worth growth, and I only know this because after it exploded, and I realized it exploded, I was called to update my personal financial statement for the bank, which they do roughly once a year. And I went into my computer, and all these personal financial statements, all saved by the year.
Right.
And I thought, it'd be kind of fun to plot that, just to see what it looks like. And so, I went back 5 years prior to 2019, and the slope was just a steady increase, as you would expect for the orthopedic salary, just throwing money in, and how it moves in the stock market, up and down, but it's steadily up, but it's not a steep curve.
Right.
And after going into real estate, I popped up quite a bit steeper, and a lot of that was tax mitigation.
Yeah.
So I, interesting thing that year is I worked a lot less, and I actually made a lot more.
Yeah.
And paid a ton less in taxes. And then when I went into syndications, it got super steep at that point, because with syndications you can leverage other people's professional acumen with whatever it is we're doing. So we're looking at multifamilies today. I've raised for vineyards. I've invested in farm ground, done very well with that.
Yeah.
Self-storage, car wash. We do a lot of different asset classes. We're doing medical offices right now. So it doesn't really matter what the asset class is. Now, normally you wouldn't want to do that, but I'm not the manager.
Right.
I'm raising capital and joining and just become part of the team. So you have to have
finding good deals.
Yeah, you have to find good teams that have a lot of experience in whatever that asset class is.
Right on.
So you don't want the guy that's doing this for a little while and doing that for a little while. I can do that as a capital raiser, but as a boots on the ground property manager, you want those people to stay in their lane and become experts at it.
Right.
So, as an orthopedic surgeon, I specialize in shoulder, elbow, and hand. Quit doing knees, nearly 30 years ago. And, don't talk to me about your dad's cardiac problems, because I've forgotten all that. I'm focused.
Yeah.
And so that's what I look for. I look for experienced teams that are focused in their niche, and then I jump in with them and try to diversify into different asset classes, different teams, and different geographic areas, and it's worked very well.
That's amazing. So 2 questions just to wrap up here. Number one, how many deals would you say that, since you've kind of gone into bigger, larger assets like this, how many deals do you think you've done while still being a physician, a surgeon? And then also, how can people get a hold of you? Because some of the people that follow me are Americans, and of course, we're dealing mostly with Canadian investors. So how can they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so our website is timberviewcapital.com, and we have a portfolio page, so you can go and take a look at what we've done and what we've invested to date. We're at about $1.5 billion. Now we don't own all of that, but we own a small slice of it. We're teaming up with people, and then there's another page there for current offerings, and that'll have the 506Cs, which are for accredited people, and we can advertise those. The Bs won't be on our website, and you can schedule a call. So
That's great. Are you raising primarily from other doctors?
A lot. That's who I knew, and that's who knows me. So it turns out that tends to be the largest group for sure.
I think it's a great path for doctors. So many doctor friends that I know, they want to combine their money and buy a sixplex. And I'm saying, guys, why don't you be an LP on a 150, 200 unit building, and then eventually become a capital raiser, because it's just a natural thing. Anyway, Dr. Cobb, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.